From ancient caravans crossing the desert to jets setting across the global, tourism and hospitality have always been part of human civilization. But how did this massive global industry begin? Let's take a journey through time to explore the rich history of tourism and hospitality. In early tourism, the travel and exploration are basic to human nature, where it can be traced its ancestry in the Old Testament. Noah and his ark must have been the first large-scale operator, even though his passengers were mostly animals. Throughout the history, merchants have traveled extensively in order to trade with other nations and thrive. Early tourism has two forms of travel, such as travel for business and travel for religious, where the Greeks and Romans were well-known traders as their respective empires increased and travel became necessary. At the time, there was also travel for private purpose. The Olympic game was held in 776 BC by the Greeks. The Roman travelers aided by improvement in communication, first-class roads, and inns. And travel for religious reasons took the form of pilgrimages to places of worship, such as Chaucer's tales of pilgrimage to Canterbury. Pilgrimages were made to fulfill a vow, as in case of illness or a great danger, or as a penance for sins. During the medieval period, the travel was declined, primarily due to increased travel dangers and burdens. After the decline of the Roman Empire in the 5th century, roads were not maintained and they became unsafe. Crusaders and pilgrims were the only ones who traveled. With the Renaissance, renowned universities developed as that travel was introduced largely by British. Travel for education became popular in the 16th century. The Grand Tour, a 3-year journey to European cultural centers, became an institutionalized part of a gentleman's education by the end of the 18th century. As young men sought intellectual improvement in the continent, the sick sought a remedy for their illness in spa or medicinal bath. Thornbridge Wells in Kent became famous as a spa in the 1660s. Soon, entertainment was added, and dozens of watering places became resorts hotel.
In 1921, White Castle introduced the first hamburger chain, revolutionizing fast food in America. By 1939, New York welcomed Le Pavillon de France, showcasing elegant French cuisine, and the Four Seasons restaurant, the first to offer seasonal menus with blending modern architecture with art. The century also saw the rise of powerful hotel corporations that reshaped global travel and hospitality. Names like Four Seasons, Marriott, Hyatt, Sheraton, Hilton, Radisson, Ramada, and lastly is Canadian. Pacific becomes synonyms with luxury, convenience, and worldwide recognition. For small ends and private dining rooms to world-class hotels and global restaurant chains, the hospitality industry has evolved into one of the most dynamic and customer-focused sectors in the world.
The hospitality industry includes all businesses that provide lodging, food, beverage, travel, and entertainment. It is all about creating welcoming experiences and guest satisfaction. During 19th century, in the 18th, public dining was uncommon. Many hotels were built without restaurants, so guests often ate in their rooms. But change was on the horizon. In 1875, the Albemarle Hotel in London introduced a dedicated dining facility, paving the way for modern hotel dining. In 1889, the iconic Savoy Hotel opened, recharge the oil lake carter. It became famous under two legendary figures, Cesaret's, the visionary general manager, and Augustus Escoffier, the chef who redefined fine dining around the world. Meanwhile, in America, Delmonico's became the first aristocratic restaurants renowned for its French Swiss cuisine on the West Coast. The Hotel del Coronado in San Diego stood out not for food, but for its breathtaking agricultural style. During this time, the European plan also emerged, allowing guests to pay separately from rooms and meals, offering them greater choice and flexibility.
As the 19th century drew to a close, photography and guidebooks became popular. The most popular of these was Carl Baedeker. First published in 1839, his guidebooks became the leading travel guides for European countries at the end of the century. Tourism in the 20th century. The provided text outlines the evolution of leisure travel and tourism, particularly highlighting the significant changes occurred with the World War and subsequent technological and socio-economic developments. Post-World War I travel changes. The motor car caused a decline in railways, while motorized public road transport and improved roads lead to the popularity of seaside tours. Leisure travel increased due to growing wealth, university, and leisure travel. World War I impact. The war affected tourism, but early post-war prosperity and large-scale migration increased international travel demand. New mass communication methods, cinema, radio, television, and experiencing foreign countries firsthand stimulated travel interest. World War II impact. The war exposed combatants to new countries and continents, creating friendships and interest in different cultures. Advancements in aircraft technology made air travel more comfortable, safer, faster, and cheaper, resulting in the age of air travel for the masses. With the introduction of Boeing 707 jets in 1958 and the decline in sea travel, post-war recovery and private cars. Increased private car ownership after post-war recovery affected coach and rail services. Private cars provided flexible transportation, encouraging excursions and short-stay holidays, which benefited nearby resorts. Resourceful tour operators developed flexible packages for motorists. Increased leisure and discretionary income. Post-war economic recovery led to increased discretionary income and leisure time, resulting in more recreation and travel. Labor negotiations and social legislations also increased the length of official and paid holidays.
Next is we have the origins of tourism and hospitality in the Philippines. Tourism and hospitality in the Philippines has a long story that developed through different stages. It began in the earliest times when the native inhabitants traveled mainly for survival, such as searching for food or visiting other tribes. A more recognizable form emerged when Ferdinand Magellan discovered the Philippines and when the galleon trade connected Mexico and the Philippines, bringing more foreign visitors and goods. During the American occupation in the early 19th, tourism improved because of better and faster transportation. Airplanes like China Clipper and Manila Clipper made travel to Manila easier, while entrepreneurs began offering inland tours. However, these were often done through colorum vehicles, private cars used illegally for tourists. At this time, only a few attractions were popular such as Manila, Pagsanjan Falls, Laguna, Lake Tour, Tagaytay and Taal Volcano, Mount Mayon, Baguio City, Banawi Rice Terraces, Cebu City, and Zamboanga City. After World War II, tourism became more organized. In 1947, airlines and steamships serviced travelers, giving tourism a new push.
By 1952, the Philippine Tourist and Travel Association, or PTTA, was created to organize and promote local and international tourism. Later, the Board of Travel and Tourist Industry, or BTTI, was established. This is to regulate and supervise the industry. More hotels, restaurants, and entertainment centers were built during the late 1950s. However, political and economic crisis in 1960s to the early 70s slowed down growth.
Interestingly, tourism rose again during martial law in 1972. The government improved peace and order, sanitation, and financial support while working with the private sectors. Because of this, the Philippines became known as a bargain destination, attracting foreign visitors and creating a temporary tourism boom in the 1970s. From the 1950s up to the present, tourism and hospitality in the Philippines has continued to grow. However, compared to neighboring Asian countries such as Singapore, Hong Kong, Thailand, Korea, Taiwan, and Japan, the Philippines still lags behind in the number of tourist arrivals. To address this, the Department of Tourism (DOT) and the National Tourism Organization (NTO) created programs to strengthen the industry.